BioWare has announced a new expansion coming to Star Wars The Old Republic, and it's called The Onslaught. This is free to all the subscribers of the game, and it will also come with the new abilities, one of which is a gear slot called Tactical Items, a new flashpoint of new operation, two new planets, one of which the Onderad, a new story as well, which is between the Galactic Republic and the Sith Empire. A new playable spaces will also be available called the Notolians, and this will also raise the level cap to 75.
Don't make this harder than it needs to be, okay? I just want to know where Lily took my
Former
people.
employees of Telltale Games said that they sometimes would have to work 80 hours in a week. The studio closed last year, and some of their employees had spoken about how the work was in the studio. They said that when the game would need last-minute changes, mandatory crunches were made for a huge percent of the studio. Kevin Broner, the former CEO of Telltale, said that the crunches were necessary so that the studio could stay afloat for as long as possible, but was really hard to manage.
There are three kind of eyes, Clem. There are live people eyes, and there's monsters eyes. And then there are live people eyes, right as you kill them. Like you blew a candle out. Here we go. The only way you're gonna save your people is to let us take them.
Enormous power. You must escape.
ILMX, the Love the Immersive Entertainment division of Lucasfilms, has announced their newest three-part of cinematic virtual reality game called The Vader Immortal, a Star Wars VR series. The game features the events between the Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. You will also be playing as captain of a smuggling ship that had been captured by Lord Vader. You, along with Zoe, who is your droid companion, had been taken to the Fortress of Vader, where you will have to escape, and the first episode is available right now this coming spring.
Afraid of the dark, Exile? You should be.
Grinding Gear Games has announced a new expansion for Path of Exile. It's called Synthesis. This new expansion will launch in June, and it will address the clunky feel of the game. The main focus of this one is the improvement of the game's animation, as well as adjusting its melee skills by changing the accuracy of the hits and misses, splash damage, leech, fortify, base times movement, and damage to different items. Some changes to the different ascendancy classes are also being reworked on by the devs.
Vile monsters are the least of your concerns, but the darkness itself hunts us. What is it hiding? It's calling to us. Take what
All around the stack, just plants. The stalker chased the bandit. The stalker thought was all.
Tiny Tina is making a comeback in Borderlands 3, and she will have quite a big role to play in the game. Voice actress Ashley Borch will also be voicing her once again, as confirmed by Gearbox CEO Randy Pitchford. He did this by answering a fan's query on Twitter. Ashley Borch as Tiny Tina first appeared in Borderlands 2 and had been a fan favorite ever since. The Borch's voice acting is excellent for the role, as it brings out Tiny Tina's explosive personality. This is surely gonna be an amazing news for a lot of her fans.
This here's Mushy Snuggle Bites, and this is Felicia's Sickles. These fine-ass women can stop.
Don't reach within.
During the Star Wars celebration in Chicago, the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order had been officially revealed. The game is set after the events of Order 66, and you'll be playing as Padawan, who is on the run from the Empire. The main theme to this is to trust no one, as you will need to identify who your enemies really are and exploit their weaknesses. You will have a lightsaber as well as a force powers to use. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, it will be launching on November 15th and is available for PC, PlayStation 4, as well as on Xbox One.
Trust only in the Force.
Tout à coup, l'accordéon expire alors le geste grave.
Amsterdam 1666 will still be happening as announced by Assassin's Creed creator Patrice Desilets. The game originally started under THQ Montreal. However, THQ became inoperative and Ubisoft stepped in. Desilets fought for the IP rights of the game and won in 2016. He now runs his own studio called Panache, who is currently creating a game called Ancestors. He still plans to push through with Amsterdam 1666, which is about the devil, and Amsterdam circa 1666, but will be starting from the scratch this time around.
I saw somebody complaining about how hard the Valkyries were online. It made my heart just.
It is God of War's first anniversary, and to celebrate with that, Sunny Santa Monica shared a thank you video for all the games of fans, playing homage to the God of War community by using some fan artwork, content, and even touching stories. Thank you gifts are available for PlayStation 4 owners, one of which is the dynamic theme that can be downloaded right now featuring Kratos and Atreus in the Lake of Nine, and the other thank you gift is the God of War anniversary character avatar set. It's available on April 17. That will be tomorrow.
Thank you for going on this journey with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. 谢谢.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Obrigado a todos os fãs brasileiros que jogaram o jogo.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you.
Mahalo nui loa.
Thank you.
5 AM Games is a new role-play puzzle game called Letters: A Written Adventure. You will get to play as Sarah. She learns about the power of the words through communicating with her pen pal across Europe. The game offers a nifty puzzle system that will have you thinking about the different interactions words could do, putting in wordplay in the forefront. From sending the letters to using the internet, the game also offers a different kind of adventure, Letters: A Written Adventure. It is set to launch sometime next year in 2020.
Every being will be erased in a temporal Armageddon.
Mortal Kombat 11 is getting microtransactions, but developer NetherRealm said that it will only be for saving time. So players are able to purchase a lifetime crystals using some real-world money. And the time crystals can also be used to purchase character like skins, emotes, gear, as well as easy fatalities. Game producer Sean Numeric does emphasize that the things that you can buy in the store will not give you the upper hand in the fights. Also, everything that you can buy with the crystals can also be earned in this game.
Draws ever closer.
Sekiro Shadow Die Twice has a lot of modes available in the Nexus modes page, and the most popular of all of them is the Costume Pack mode from Zulu the Twitch. This mode includes 25 reskins for Sekiro, transforming him to Lady Emma, a gecko or a giant lizard, a monkey with a hat, a samurai, a man with a basket on his head, and so much more. The models are actually all taken from the NPCs, as well as the objects that are available in the game. The modder said that they might add new costumes or even change others in the pack. Today's feature deal, we have the sports racing simulation game F1 2017. It is currently available at the best price of €60.20. Unlike on Steam, the price retails at €49.99. So get the game today through our trusted store so you can start saving up 87% on your CityKey purchase. To get more of today's deals of the day, just simply type in the command !deal, or you can head over to Talkishop.com to continue comparing the prices of your favorite games.
Fans of classic real-time strategy title Age of Empires 2 may not need to wait too long for the game's remaster. Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition has been rated by the ESRB, confirming that the game is in development and may be launching soon. The game received a T14 rating. Unfortunately, the rating did not reveal any of the improvements or new features that will be added in the remaster. We'll need to wait for the official announcement to learn more.
Marks.
Blood and Truth, the PlayStation VR action thriller from Sony's London studio, has gone cold, which is industry lingo for ready to ship. This means that development on the title has been completed and that we can expect the game to launch on May 28 as scheduled. Blood and Truth will have players taking on the role of Special Forces soldier Ryan Mars in an adventure inspired by summer blockbuster action flicks set in iconic locations throughout modern London.
See some culture. Nice use of that Special Forces stealth there, mate. Taking the sights. Let's get inside and find out what he's hiding. Catch up with some old friends.
Think of it as a merger. Apart from you. You can f off back to the army. Is that it?
I think I broke a window.
Gamers anticipating the PlayStation 4 exclusive open-world adventure Days Gone will want to free up some space on their consoles to get ready for the game's release. Sony Bend Studios has revealed that their new IP will take up 67 gigabytes of storage space. The size is pretty standard for most AAA offerings nowadays, so fans shouldn't be too surprised. The game joins the PS4's impressive library of exclusive come April 26th. Upcoming isometric RPG Sin Slayers currently has a demo, and if you're interested, you can get it on Steam. The game features roguelike elements where players' choices will determine how challenging the enemies and their fights will be. The demo contains 2 to 3 hours of gameplay and all major game elements, first story act, and one procedurally generated map are available. The game features a turn-based combat system, since layers will let players create, equip, and lead a team of heroes that each have their own abilities and weaknesses. Staxel, the voxel-based farming sim, is now out of early access, but its full launch comes in a number of new features, which developer Plucket enumerated in a lengthy post on Steam. A new magic crafting system has been added, as well as new NPCs, new areas, new festivals, and a collection of mini-games. The recipe book has been overhauled, and several other quality of life improvements have been implemented. Staxel is available now on PC via Steam and Humble Bundle. God Eater 3 on the Nintendo Switch will have the same content as the game's Steam and PS4 versions. This is according to producer Yoya Tomiyama, who discussed the recent announcement of the game heading to Switch. Additionally, Tomiyama's team will bring special features that are unique to the game's Switch version, and one of which is local co-op multiplayer. If you're still hoping that God of War will be receiving future expansions or DLC, you should stop hoping. Game director Cory Barlog took to Twitter to reconfirm that there is no DLC coming for the game. His tweet came as a clarification to his earlier tweet where he seemed to be teasing something new for God of War. Apparently, he was only referring to the game's anniversary celebration. Barlog tweeted earlier in January that he had an idea for a DLC, but it was too ambitious and thus was never developed. Funcom and Petroglyph released a new official gameplay video for Conan Unconquered. The new video features key developers as they explain how the game is played. Conan Unconquered is a fast-paced strategy game where players will face waves of enemies in increasing difficulty and hardness. In order to withstand these, players must build a stronghold and put up walls and other defensive measures. Conan Unconquered can be played in single player or in online co-op. The game is set for launch on May 30th. Sea of Thieves is set to receive its anniversary update on April 30th, and in case you don't have a copy of the game yet, this might be the perfect time to get it. The game is currently available at 50% off, and it will be discounted for the rest of the week. You can get this discounted copy at the Microsoft Store. The game's anniversary update will roll out on April 30th, and it will bring a host of new content such as fishing. Patch 2.1 has been announced for the Division 2, and players will be happy to know that the update will bring some much-needed fixes to the looter shooter. Issues to be targeted by the update include the crafting bench not upgrading to World Tier 5, characters getting stuck in the revive animation, and the 2-piece gear set bonus for True Patriot not working. Ubisoft has not announced when the update will go live, but we should get the complete patch notes once it drops. Twitch has released its free karaoke game, Twitch Sings. If you're up for some karaoke, whether to relieve your stress or just to serenade your Twitch audience, Twitch Sings is your new companion. The game was announced back at TwitchCon 6 months ago. It features a selection of songs with hits from Lady Gaga, Aha, and many more. The game will also let the audience interact by giving players challenges or request songs. The game is available for download at the Twitch Sings website.
Hold up, wait a minute, do I see what I think I whoa? Did I think I see trying to get low? Ain't you saying when it's up that close? Make it rain, I'm making it snow. Work the pole, I got a fancy roll. I'ma say that I prefer the no clothes. I'm into that, I love women exposed. She lured back at me, I gave her mo. Can't get no problem, I know where to go.
Today's featured deal is Trains a New Era, which is a simulation game from N3V Games and Deep Silver. It is currently available at the best price of €353, while the Steam price is €36.99. Get this game today through a trusted store and save 90% on your CD key purchase. To get more of today's deals, type !deal in the stream chat now. Head over to allkeyshop.com to compare CD key prices and save more.